Today, we're going to discuss transformations, specifically translations. This is a coordinate plane. It is a two-dimensional flat surface that has a horizontal and vertical line that intersect. On a coordinate plane, we are able to plot points with pairs of numbers. The x-axis is the horizontal number line that goes from left to right. The y-axis is the vertical number line that goes up and down. In order to plot points, we are given an x and a y. The x tells us which direction to go from left to right or horizontally. The y tells us where to go vertically or up and down. Then that gives us the 1 point. The coordinate plane is divided into 4 quadrants. We use Roman numerals to help us to identify them. There's quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. The origin is where the two axes cross and is represented by 0, 0 if we were to plot it. Today we're going to learn how to do a translation with this polygon or trapezoid. A translation slides a shape without turning or flipping it. In a translation, every point slides by the same distance and in the same direction. Before we begin, it is important to know our points. Remember, the first number gives you directions on your x-axis and the next number is your y. We have 2, 3, 3, 7, 7, 7, and 8, 3. If we were asked to translate this polygon to -3 in the x direction and -4 in the y direction, we would pick one thing to start with. So we're going to start with our horizontal, and we're going to translate or slide our polygon -3. So we're going to the left. We're going to go smaller. -3, and what we would do is we would take it from each of our points. So we'll line up our points and we'll count over 1, 2, 3, and it will give us our new spots. As you can see here, we have now translated that polygon to the left 3 spots. So we go over on that number line 3 lines, and that gives us our translation for our x coordinates. Now we need to do our y's. Now we're going to translate our polygon -4 in the y direction, which means because it's negative, we're going to decrease in numbers. So we're going to be going down. So we're going to take each of our axis points and we're going to count down 4 spots to find our new locations. We have now translated this polygon from its original spot to -3 in the x direction and -4 in the y direction, and that is its new location. That is one way that we can do it. There's also another way that we can do it. Another way we could do it is just to add or subtract, depending on the translation, from the points. So, for example, we have the point 2, 3. Now, our first instruction was to translate the polygon -3 in the x direction. So right now, we're just going to worry about changing our x's. And we're going to look at our x's, and we're going to subtract 3 from each of those. So if we have 2 and subtract 3, we're going to get -1. If we have 3 subtract 3, we'll have our 0. And then 7 subtract 3 is 4. And finally, our 8 subtract 3 is 5. So now we have changed all of our x points, or all of our x directions, and now we'll need to do the same to our y. ahead and solve for our y's now. So we're going to take our y point and subtract 4 because that's the instructions that we have. So we're going to change the direction -4 on the y-axis, which means we are going down. We're going to go from 3 minus 4 is -1. 7 minus 4 is 3. 7 minus 4 again is 3. And then 3 minus 4 is -1. Now we have the opportunity to double check our work and ensure that we translated the polygon correctly both ways. So the first way, we just slid it -3 to the x from all 4 vertices, and then -4 down from all 4 vertices. The second way, we just did the math on our x and our y coordinates and figured out the new points. And so we've got our new points as -1, -1, 0, -3, 4, 3, and 5, -1. So it looks like we got the same thing both ways, so we had a successful translation of this polygon. Another problem. We have another polygon. This is a rhombus, and we have been asked to translate the polygon 5 units to the left and 4 units up. So first we're going to find our vertices of this rhombus. And so we've got 2, -2, 5, 1, 8, -2, and -5, -5. So we're going to go ahead and slide our vertices over. It says translate the polygon 5 units to the left. So we're going to go -5. We're going to subtract on that number line. And so we're going to go over 5. And so those vertices are going to decrease by 5 numbers. Now that we have our new points or vertices on our x-axis, we're going to go ahead and we're going to figure out what to do with the y-axis. And we have the instructions 4 units up. So on the y-axis, we're going to increase or go up 4 units. With this example, I've left our arrows so that we can see what happened with our vertices as we translated this polygon. Now, we did it in multiple steps. We did our x-axis first and translated it 5 units to the left, marked where our polygon was, and then we went ahead and we did 4 units up on the y-axis and then put our polygon there. Now, you can simplify this and do it quicker by just going over 5 and then up or down, whichever way you need to. But I wanted to make sure that you saw the motion before we just jumped too quickly to doing it without seeing that movement and that translation. Now we can check our work by adding or subtracting the coordinates of our polygon. So that first polygon is 2, -2. And the easiest way to do this is to go ahead and just do your x coordinates first and then your y. So let's go ahead and do that. So if we are translating the polygon 5 units to the left, on all of our x coordinates, we're going to subtract 5. So 2 subtract 5 is -3. 5 subtract 5 is 0. 8 subtract 5 is 3. And 0 subtract 5 is -5. Now we're going to go ahead and look at those y coordinates, and our y instructions were 4 units up. So to every y, we are going to add 4. So we've got -2 plus 4 is 2. 1 plus 4 is 5. -2 plus 4 is 2. And then -5 plus 4 is -1. And those are our new points to be able to plot to get our polygon. And we've gone ahead and done that and traced the lines, and guess what? We were successful again. You may see translations the next time you're playing chess or checkers, or even the next time you're on an elevator and going up and down. So remember, when we're translating shapes, we move in the same direction from each vertex to our new coordinate, the same amount of space. X tells us from left and right, and Y tells us up and down.